All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol PLTR. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So PLTR Tech Inc. here has actually been in a downward trend. It had a very bullish run towards the end of last week. It started this week starting to fall, and here we are now sitting at around 26.54. We're below the 50-day moving average, and we need to look at our new support and our new resistance. Now, there's some numbers here I want to talk about in the broader spectrum of things, and also I had stated that down here at that 26.83 mark, if that got broken through, this would start to see newer lows, and it was a very important support level to keep in mind, as well as the highs up here at around 30.87. But here we are now. It was previously at around $23. So we're at the midway point of this run. And if there's a consolidation that forms here, the bulls do have a chance to start momentum and work their way back up. But we need to watch this closely. We're going to look at our support. We're going to look at our new resistance and talk about the lowest point of the day, which is our support level, and also the highest point before the fall. That's probably one of the most important numbers as well in the near term for the next coming days and weeks. So let's go ahead and zoom in here and get these numbers to the T here and look at the 50-day moving average. So the 50-day moving average is 28.44. I want every single investor to write that down. Super important number. We need to break through that for the bulls to start to gain control and this build momentum deeper into bullish territory. We're now below it. The bears are dominating, and we're going to have to look at this closely, and we're sitting at 26.54. Now, the highest point before this fell is up here at 29.15. I'd write that down. Super important number in the near term for the next coming days, weeks, or even month, according to the volatility of this stock in the upward movement, right? So 29.15 is the first and most important resistance level above the 50-day moving average to start to reach newer highs, newer resistance levels, and pull itself back up. And it's the highest point before this dipped. Now, what's the lowest point reached? Well, that's our support here, and that's 25.35. We're currently about $1.20 away from that, and the bulls have built some momentum here, so we're going to have to see if they can continue it. But 25.35 is super important to keep in mind. If that gets broken through, this could be on its way down to newer lows, newer support levels, and move further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. So I want every single investor to be aware of this, pay close attention to it, and keep this number in mind. 25.35, super important to pay close attention to the behavior of the stock if that gets broken through. Now, on the other hand, we have our resistance. That's what the bulls want to break through, but I do want to clarify to all investors, if this resistance is not broken through, it does not signify that the bulls have lost control and that the bears are able to just continue to tear this down, but the bulls definitely want to break through this to build some momentum and get closer to the 50-day moving average to get back into bullish territory. Now, on the other hand, if resistance is broken through, it doesn't signify that the bulls are guaranteed back into bullish territory. It just continues the momentum. If they can turn that into a support, it tells us as investors, right, as an indication that this is working its way up and it's pulling closer to the 50-day moving average, which is the bulls' goal. So what is our resistance? Our resistance here is 26.76. That needs to be turned into a support so that the bulls can build momentum, continue to work their way up to newer highs, and continue that upward direction, getting closer to the 50-day moving average to then end up back in bullish territory, which is their goal. So I want every single investor to keep in mind that this resistance is very important for the bulls to break through 26.76, but it does not signify that they gain control and that they're guaranteed back into bullish territory, but it is the beginning catalyst and an indication for us investors that this is moving upwards and the momentum is continuing. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. And an announcement that I have for everyone is the launch of my website. I launched it last week, and here in investfortomorrow.com you will see an intro video and a short paragraph on welcoming you and telling you everything about the website. I also have a disclaimer. I highly recommend that everyone reads it and checks it out so no one's misinformed or misled on the purpose of the website. And the goal is to build a community of investors to learn and grow together. We have forums here that you'll be able to see and have access to once you choose one of the member options. Obviously, this is optional, but each member option will show you what you'll have access to and so forth. So I highly recommend checking it out. I'm going to put the link down below in the description. And I want to say thank you to those of you that have joined and everyone that has stopped by to check out the website and see for themselves what it has to offer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like, for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88, and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02, and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.